The first 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport to a conference of national champions. Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Did you know that verbal abuse from fans, coaches, and players is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away from sports? Act
From the streamlined steel court inside the Jenkins Fieldhouse here in the campus of Florida Southern College in Lakeland, Florida, welcome to Florida Southern College men's basketball. Tonight a big one for the Mocs as they take on their long-standing arch rivals, the Spartans, from the University of Tampa in a Sunshine State Conference game. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jim Henderson, my broadcast partner to my left, Carl Van Gelder. We have Santiago as our producer. Emma is one of our camera crew, and we've got a full load here today for you as we get a chance to see if the Mocs can continue on here in the Sunshine State Conference against, Carl, a University of Tampa team that all of a sudden has gotten hot winning their last 4 games.
And a big reason they've won those last 4 is Singleski. He's slid into that starting lineup. He's only averaging 3 points per game. That's because he had very limited run to start the year. Now he's one of the top shot blockers over the last few games in the SSC, and he's a real force down low.
Well, the Mocs are coming off a win here at home against Florida Tech. This is the 2-game home week. And, Carl, I know with the regional rankings now out, the Mocs look like they are in it for now. This is a big game. They need this one.
Every single game from here on out will really be crucial for the Mocs, not only for the regional, but to make sure they get home court.
Well, don't go away. When we come back, we're going to have Mocs assistant coach Ryan Cardock to get you ready for this game against the University of Tampa Spartans. You are watching Florida Southern College men's basketball as presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. No, we'll bring Ryan on.
Sorry about that for everyone at home having some technical difficulties here, but don't
yeah.
worry, we got Coach Cardock.
And it looks like he is about ready to go. Okay, so you had a really good win here, a tough win against Florida Tech. You beat these guys the last time. It looks like they may have a few different starters here than what you saw last time around.
Yeah, they've been playing obviously really good basketball, and we're ready for them. We've been talking about them all week and about the ability that they have to score the basketball. Some really good players, obviously Ryan Blount. I believe he'll be first team all-conference. Trey Lane's got a chance to be an all-conference type of guy.
Yep.
So, as far as their talent level, it's up there with the best in the league. So we just got to be prepared to guard them for 40 minutes and rebound.
So when we talked about before you came up, Singleski, he had 5 blocks in their last game against Lynn. How do you go against a guy who's a 7-footer?
Obviously he didn't play against us last time we played, but he's been playing really well, and every game he started this year, they've won. So he's obviously doing something positive when he's out there on the court. And for us, we just got to get him moving, right? Like, he's obviously a big body, and he's going to, be long and athletic. But if we can get him moving on offense and really put him in a lot of screening actions and different actions and get him moving off the ball, then we'll hopefully be able to attack him and then get some good plays offensively because of it.
Well, you're scoring 90 a game. They're scoring 87. I would think this might be a track meet. How do you win that kind of game?
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to those second chance plays, right? Like, who's gonna be the ones to get the loose balls? Who's gonna be the ones to get those loose rebounds? And at the end of the day, both teams are really high-powered offenses, but who's gonna do those intangibles to win this game and play enough defense to win? So that's kind of our mindset coming in, is just playing together, playing with a physicality, playing with a sense of urgency for 40 minutes.
A big part of winning that last one was finally being able to control the game for an extended amount of time. How do you keep it so that it's not just every 2 minutes it changes?
Well, I think, defensively is the key to that. So if you're playing solid defense, even if you go through some spells where you may not score, you go, miss some open shots, you're still going to be able to stay in the game. You're still going to be able to, compete and be in the position that you want to be because you're getting stops. So for us, if we can get stops and rebounding, the rest will take care of itself.
Well, you do get Amir Ramadan back tonight, and that should help.
Yes, yeah, he's obviously been great for us this year. Really positive record when he starts. So for us, it's just like, great to have him back. He's a great chemistry guy, obviously a really good three-point shooter, defends. So we're just really happy to have his leadership back out on the floor.
Both teams are top 5 in the nation in assists per game. How are you limiting them passing the ball?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to share the basketball like we do. When we hit 20 assists, we talk to the players about this a lot. When we hit 20 assists, we're undefeated, right? So we got to just share that basketball, play team basketball, play for each other, get it up in transition, push it on these guys, and get good shots and knock them down while we're open.
Well, Coach, good luck. Let's go get it.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Mocs assistant coach Ryan Cardock. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll get you set for the Mocs and the Spartans right here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute. Welcome back. You can see both teams continue their warm-ups there. We're not too far away from the start of tonight's game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Sunshine State Conference standings. And Carl, you know, we talked about the women and the fact that the top 5 were really way over the bottom 6. Boy, that is not the case here. Take a look at these standings. To your far right now, you see 1 loss, 4 loss, 5 loss. But look at the wins. 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 6. I mean, if you think about it, the 10th place team and the 4th place team have only 2 games between them.
Yeah, and that just shows the continued depth of this conference. A lot of people view the SSC as really top-heavy from the outside looking in because obviously Nova Southeastern is Nova Southeastern. This conference is super, super competitive. We've seen a number of teams take it to Nova, PBA, Florida Southern from the bottom of that ranking.
Well, now, PBA did win today. They played over at Rollins, so they remain 1 game up on Florida Southern in the loss column for 2nd place in the Sunshine State Conference. Both PBA and Florida Southern and Nova are all in the regional first rankings that came out. And really not rankings, a 10-team list. They're both in it. All 3 really are in pretty good shape as far as the regional is concerned. But, Carl, there still remains a chance, if the Mocs can get a few things going their way, that they might overtake PBA for 2nd. And that could mean, with a win, 2 home games in the conference tournament.
And the last game of the season will be really big, but the Mocs can't get ahead of themselves.
No.
This Tampa team played them really, really close at Tampa. And like we talked about earlier pregame, they're really, really red hot right now, and they're looking to take it to the Mocs, who have won double digits against them in a row. The last coach to do that, and the only other coach to do that against Tampa, he's sitting in his old home.
That's for sure. Well, let's take a look at our key players of the game coming up. And, of course, when you want to talk about Amari Miller, you are talking about, I can't say definitely, but I would say a first-team All-Sunshine State Conference player. He has just been spectacular. And, of course, for Tampa, this guy Ryan Blunt, you can see his points per game average. I mean, he has had a sensational year for Tampa.
Yeah, he's been great. He's one of the top scorers in the conference. He can really shoot the three-point ball. And in case you missed it there, he's on the Bevo Francis watch list. And that means one of the top 100 players, and he's stayed within it in the top 50 as well in all of D2, D3, and NAIA. So that talks about not only the depth of this Tampa team, that they will probably have a number of all-conference guys, but they will have some guys in the running for the best player in the country, not in D1.
Well, you know, it's interesting, too, because Tampa, I know Coach Darner ever so well from his time here at Florida Southern. I was a little surprised when they didn't get things off and running this year. They did make the region last year as the 7th seed, thanks to a really outstanding second year at Tampa. I just had a feeling that it would take a little time, but boy, when they got started, they got started.
And a big reason they can really get rolling, they have some really good shooters.
Yep.
This Tampa team can shoot the lights out of gym, and a big reason why is, I talked about it pregame with Coach Cardock, they swing the ball so well. They rank 4th nationally in assists per game. Florida Southern is 5th, but the biggest way the Mocs need to attack the Spartans is forcing turnovers. The Mocs still stay 5th in assist to turnover ratio, but the Spartans drop to 13th because of some turnover trouble against teams like Florida Southern.
Well, this is the 172nd lifetime meeting between these two teams. Mocs have a 105-66 advantage, 59-24 here at home. But the Mocs have won the last 9 games that they have played and 15 of the last 16. So, Carl, I would think the Mocs, or the Spartans rather, really have something to play for here today. Well, we are about ready for the start of the game, so we're going to get the Mission Barbecue National Anthem and the starting lineups. And for that, let's send it down to our public address announcer. Here is Austin Wiatrowski.
Fans, at this time, we'd like to give a special recognition to our corporate sponsor for tonight, Walk On Sports Bistro. Joining head coach Mike Donnelly, our general manager, Tiffany Wallace, and marketing director, Haley Moran. Special thank you to walk-ons for their support of FSC Athletics. You can visit them on US North 98 in front of the Lakeland Square Mall. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and fable as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the Spartans. At guard is 6'1" junior, number 1, Trey Lane. At guard is 6'3" junior, number 9, Camden McCormick. At guard is 6'6" sophomore, number 14, Ryan Blount. At center is 7' junior, number 22, Cole Gingileski. At guard is 6'2" junior, number 55, Justin Taylor. The assistant coaches for the Spartans are Dexter Gooding, Ben Swank, Garrett Putman, and Christian Fior. The head coach for the Spartans is Link Darner.
Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands,
Finds
whoa,
Walsh,
whoa.
deep
Flex
three,
up,
bingo!
whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch
Dribble,
out,
deep three on the
whoa,
side,
whoa.
he got another one.
Big band, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands.
Ramadan driving, dumped it off there with a pass and a bucket.
The New Zealander doing it on both ends.
Maury Miller, who stops, grabs it, and jams it for Florida Southern.
Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa, whoa. Get no murders out me. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Welcome your Florida Southern College Moccasins. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Leeds, England, number 1, Elijah Walsh. At guard, a 5'10" senior from Washington, D.C., number 2, Jasir Tremble. At guard, a 6' sophomore from Orlando, Florida, number 7, Amir Ramadan. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Dina, Wisconsin, number 11, Brady Corso. And at forward, a 6'5" senior from White Plains, New York, number 0, Amari Miller. Assistant coach of the Mocs, Ryan Cardock and Kinu Lusan. Associate head coach, Mike Makubika, and the head coach in his 11th season, Mike Donnelly.
Coach Donnelly is 207 and 112 here at Florida Southern in those 11 years, 124-67 in the Sunshine State Conference, 402 and 264 in his 23 years as a head coach. On the other side, former Mock coach Link Darner in his third year at Tampa is 42 and 33. Lifetime, he's 426 and 238. And he, of course, had the 2014-15 National Championship team here at Florida Southern. Our referee today is Nicholas Agress. He's going to be working with Arnaldo Rivera and Kevin Hetherington, and we are just about set to go. Mocs in the home whites, Tampa in the dark uniforms. And, Carl, I'm looking forward to this one. I think this is one of those buckle your seatbelts because this thing is going to get crazy.
And if this one is anything like the women's game, we are in for a real treat, Jim. Could not be more excited for this matchup between two teams that are still figuring things out while they're closing out conference play.
So here we go, opening tip. It's going to be won by Florida Southern, and the Mocs will get it with Amir Ramadan bringing it up. Good to have him back. Missed a few games with some ankle problems, but looks like he's ready to go. Here's Amari Miller now, Jasir Tremble, and Elijah Walsh. Tampa will be in a man, and that will probably be what they play most of the time. Amari Miller, the deep three. That's an air ball, and Tampa's going to let it go, and the Spartans will get their first possession.
And the wins against Eckerd and Embry-Riddle, Amari Miller started the game off with a triple. He's so much more comfortable in that shot.
Ball knocked out of bounds by a hustling Brady Corso there, and Tampa will retain possession.
Corso, one of the many new faces on this Florida Southern roster. Almost everyone on the floor started their career not at Florida Southern, the only one being Amir Ramadan.
Lane has it, and now he'll give it up here for McCormick, and McCormick again gets it back. Did not play much against the Spartans that were Mocs the last time around. This is Justin Taylor, shot partially blocked by Amari Miller, who got the rebound. Here is Ramadan from Jasir Tremble. Now Tremble gets it back. Deep three outside will not go, and Tampa gets a rebound, and we got a foul called on Brady Corso.
That was a good job there by the referee, waiting to see if he needed to call it after the contact, and that's a good call and a good effort there by Brady. Just needs to be more controlled.
Inbounds pass comes up for Trey Lane now, and he'll get it into front court for Taylor. And back now for McCormick. Here's Ryan Blunt. Boy, you got to watch him. He's a good one. Quick move by Lane all the way through, and then he dumped it into the corner. Faked the three, shot up and in, and Tampa with the first basket of the game. And McCormick will get it. This is Ramadan. No Charlie Dalton tonight for the Mocs. He had a little procedure yesterday or Thursday. Deep three by Corso, no, in and out. Tip up, and the rebound taken down by Jasinski, and now Tampa brings it back. Charlie would be considered day-to-day. We'll see when he comes back. Hopefully he will. Bad pass thrown out of bounds by McCormick, and the Mocs will get the ball back.
That's what Florida Southern does. They try to rush you up top to force those passes down low, leading to some high turnover games for opponents.
So here is Ramadan, and Lane with him. And he will get it into front court. Tampa with the opening basket. Third possession here for Florida Southern. And now Ramadan. Cross quarter for Corso. Open three. No, didn't get it. Rebound taken down by Blunt. We got a foul going the other way on Walsh.
Elijah Walsh is known for his defensive presence there. Needs to know to pull back. You're not going to be able to reach for that rebound.
So once again, Tampa will get the inbounds pass. You know, we talked about 90 points a game, 87 points a game. Right now, Carl, neither team can score.
It's a very similar start to what we saw just a couple hours ago with the women.
Front court for Tampa, and now here's Blunt. Driving all the way through, goes up and scores. He averages 20.6 points per game. Tampa with the first four in the contest. Here's Amari Miller. Going to have to post up against Jasinski. Kicks out for Walsh for three, and he'll nail it. Elijah Walsh with the first three of the game for the Mocs. Mocs take 31 threes a game, hit 11 of them, and that gets Florida Southern back to within one.
Walsh kicked off the last game with the triple for his scoring, and he's looking to continue that today.
McCormick goes up and scores. He's got four. He averages 10.8 points per game. 3-point lead here for Tampa. We see Khalil Ross getting ready for Florida Southern. Fade away by Tremble, won't go, and the rebound taken down by Jasinski. And back the other way comes Tampa. Quick move by McCormick, missed the shot, rebound Corso. Gives it up to Ramadan. Ramadan on the move, going through. Stops, almost lost it, maybe will lose it. Jump ball, and it's going to go back to Tampa. Well, we see both Ross and Erickson Bands getting ready to come in here for the Mocs.
The Mocs now a little bit discombobulated. In that last game against Barry, we saw Erickson Bands. He was the calming force to really get them going. We'll look to see if he acts as that here today.
And Ross will provide the Mocs a little bit more size, Carl. Looks like rebounds are going to be at a premium here. Inbounds pass comes to Justin Taylor, and he'll bring it up, guarded by Ramadan. Kicks it out, Trey Lane. Bands with him. Now McCormick. Down, Taylor, trying to move. Jump shot, no. Foul, I believe, on Ramadan. Let's see. It will. Florida Southern quickly picking up some fouls here.
Yeah, that's their third team foul already. Same as the number of points they have.
So Taylor will get some free throws here for Tampa. And he hits his first one. He's a 77.8% free throw shooter. Tampa is at 68.7 as a team. So Tremble and Corso now out for the Mocs. And the free throw is good. So Tampa with its first sub of the game, that's Trent Scott coming in. Junior out of Alonzo High in Tampa. That's my district, actually. Both Jasinski and Scott both played for the high school that's 3 miles from my house. So here is Ramadan. Mocs down 5 early, and they're doubling a little bit here. He needs some help. He finds Walsh. Walsh has the only bucket so far. Now Ramadan. And Ramadan backing it out. Tampa defense pretty strong right now. Walsh going all the way down, and he'll score and we'll get one. Elijah Walsh with the first 5 points of the game for the Mocs. Averages 9.6, and he's got a chance to get one more.
Tonight's sponsor is Walk-On, so I have to tell a few Walk-On stories. I have the coaches show with Walk-Ons where I get to talk with the head coach and player for both men's and women's basketball. And so far today, Elijah Walsh has been the guy, and the big reason is because of his change of pace. That's something he learned growing up playing rugby with his brothers.
Comes up short on the free throw. Blunt the rebound. Outlet comes to Scott, and he will set the offense. Tampa by 3 early on. Driving through, now kicks back to Lane. Lane going in on Bands, goes up, missed the shot. Rebound, Amari Miller. Good defense by Bands, and a great rebound by Miller. Here's Walsh, down low for Bands. Bands lost the ball out of bounds. And that's going to get us to our first media timeout of the game. Florida Southern down by 3. Don't go away. This is Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Well, Carl, so far has been the Elijah Walsh show for Florida Southern.
And he's been great. He's found ways to get open and to get to the basket as well. And for Florida Southern, that's going to be key. They need everyone to create tonight, and that'll be a big reason why they have success. He's a big defender for them, but if they can get everyone involved with their 5-out system, they can get some real points on the board.
Well, right now the Mocs find themselves down 3, and no one has scored except Elijah Walsh in the game. Tampa has 4 from McCormick, a pair of free throws from Justin Taylor, and a 2-pointer from Ryan Blunt. Well, Carl, this Tampa team is big, and I think that could present some problems for the Mocs, especially on the glass.
And I think the biggest way the Mocs can attack that is pull them out and have some pick-and-roll actions, force some switches, especially with their bigs, and use the extra speed that Florida Southern has with those smaller guards.
So Tampa will get it in, and here is Lane. He'll get it into front court. Trying to drive through all the way down, had an opening, and it closed in a hurry. Kicks it back out for Blunt. Blunt trying to lean into Ross, and the 3 by Trey Lane is going to go. Lane averages 15.3 points per game, and the Mocs are down 6 here early on. Walsh trying to get him closer, did not. Boy, another rebound for Tampa. And a steal by Ramadan, and got it. Actually, the steal was by Erickson Bands, and Ramadan put it back in. Big bucket for the Mocs. Down 4. Driving through, inside, bump, up, in. Probably could have been a foul on the play. Bucket will be scored there by Ian Higdon just in. Mocs with a miss. Miller got it back out. Walsh said not this time. Here is Ramadan, and he'll back it out. Down low, Amari Miller has it. They're causing some trouble with him, it looks like. Here's Khalil Ross going in. He'll score and 1. Foul's going to be, it looks like, on Ian Higdon, who just got the basket a moment ago for Tampa. So Khalil Ross with a nice move. We see Tremble in, we see Spencer Shomers in, and we see Brady Corso in. And Carl, this is just a nice move.
The Mocs keeping possession alive, and great job using that strong hand through contact. The in-and-out move is what opened that up for the Mocs.
So Ross to the free throw line, 68.5% for the year. And got it. Well, Carl, Khalil has stepped up in the last few games.
He's been big for the Mocs, especially from behind the arc. Right now they need him defensively. Tampa's made 5 of their last 7.
Scott going all the way down, knocked it out, but it's going to be a foul on the Mocs. And Eric Sabanz is going to pick it up.
Let's see if it'll be in the shooting motion.
So it's 4 fouls now on the Mocs. And they are saying, yes, it is. So free throws here for Trent Scott.
Right now, a really good start here for Tampa. They're controlling the tempo, and they're getting some shots they like. They're shooting 63% from the field today.
Free throw is good by Scott, who does not shoot free throws very well, only 43.2%. 1 out of 2 in the rebound, taken down by Ross. This is Shomers, first touch for him. Khalil Ross for 3, no, did not go. And the rebound taken down by McCormick. McCormick down all the way through, and that's going to go back to the Mocs. Great job by Tremble defensively there for Florida Southern.
He had a career best day with 23 points and 10 rebounds, both career highs in that last matchup.
We see Ben Sutherland in, we see B.J. Schaefer in, and Justin Taylor back in here for Florida Southern. For Tampa.
And I was able to talk to Jasir after that last Tampa game, and he told me he was happiest about how he played defense in that game, not just his points scored and assists.
Tremble in front court. Mocs down 3 about 6 minutes into the game. Corso all the way down, going up, missed. Rebound, and we got a foul. It's going to stay here. It's going to be on Tampa. And it looks like they will get Ben Sutherland for the foul.
And they're going to call down Erickson Bands.
Oh, they're going to call the other way.
Bands
they pointed
can't believe
down. They pointed down. Official made a mistake. Bands has 2 fouls. So Ramadan back in. Wow. The official pointed like we're saying here. Not cool. This is Scott in front court. Ramadan harassing him all the way down. Great play. Great play by Tampa. And the bucket going to be scored there by B.J. Schaefer. Averages 9.7, mostly off the bench. Tampa by 6. Here's Tremble. Backing it out for Corso. And Shomers. Corso again. Shot clock to 10. And we got a foul on Tampa. And it's going to go on Taylor. Well, Carl, unlike the women's game we saw today, there are fouls everywhere in this one.
Already 9 fouls, 6.5 minutes into it. Total for both teams. The Mocs with the most, though, with 5.
So Corso will inbound right in front of the Spartans bench. Back out for Ramadan. Here is Corso. Wanted the 3, didn't get it. Here's Ross driving through. He'll go up. Shot is good and 1 for Khalil Ross. Second time in the game he has done it. And he's got a chance to finish it off and get the Mocs a little closer.
Khalil, his first year here, coming by way of Illinois Springfield, where he was the guy for a lot of the season, then started coming off the bench and started really rolling for them. He came here because of a connection with the Mocs. But this Illinois Springfield team, they're pretty successful this year, but Khalil is really coming into his own here with the Mocs.
Well, Blunt just picked up his 2nd foul here, and that's huge for Tampa. They need him in the game as Ross did not get it to go. Rebound taken down by Tampa. Back the other way comes Schaefer. All the way down, out of bounds. Who's got it? It's going to stay with Tampa.
Jasir thought he might have gone that one, but tells Zonley, don't challenge it. And it's a good decision there. The Mocs need to make sure they hold on to those timeouts.
So an inbounds pass by Trent Scott right of his basket. And having trouble. Did get it. Kicked it out. Looking low. Can't do it. Sutherland can't get it. Now it comes back out. Driving through, dumped it down. Great pass and a reverse layup. Wow, what a move in there by B.J. Schaefer, who's got 4. Mox all the way down. Tremble the bucket. No, or the miss, rather. Rebound taken down by Tampa, and the Spartans, with a 6-point lead, have the ball. All the way down. Dumped it off. Shot up, and no good, but there will be free throws coming up.
Tampa's been unrelenting in the paint so far. A lot of it has been from cutters. Around 10% of their possessions this year have been from cutters, but today it's been about 50%.
It's like Schomer's going to get the foul. Now, the Mocs have 6 fouls already, and we've got a long way to go here in the first half. Lots of free throws coming up. One more coming up here. So Walsh is back in, Amari Miller back in, and Schomer's and Corso set. One more free throw coming up. Kyler Lamb is at the line. And got it. 1 out of 2. Mocs are down 7. And Carl, the defense is giving the Mocs some trouble.
The biggest thing for them, they need to play within themselves. Right now, they're trying to get it all back at once.
This is Ramadan all the way inside. Now for Walsh. Walsh wants to post. Kicked it back out for Ross. Ross takes the 3, short. Easy rebound for Tampa. Outlet and Trent Scott on the move all the way down. A steal by Tremble. Good job by Jasir. Got back. Forced the turnover. Here's Ramadan going through traffic. Dumped it down for Ross. Great pass and a bucket. Ross now with 8 early points for Florida Southern. Quickly back the other way comes Trent Scott. Mocs down 5. This is Taylor. Working it around. That's Kyler Lamb now inside. Driving through. Layup is up. No good on the miss there by Schaefer. Mocs with it. They'll come back the other way. Here is Walsh and Ramadan. Screen by Ross. Inside Amari. Got a chance to post. Kicks it out. Walsh back to Amari. Amari going to do a little jump hook. It will up and in. Amari Miller. We got a player down for Tampa. His first basket in the game for Amari Miller. And that should get us to the under 12 media timeout. Florida Southern down 3. And boy, it has been end to end just like we thought it would be. This is Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, there's our score time remaining in the first half. And, Carl, a great start for Khalil Ross off the bench.
His development has been huge for this Moxon team, and he's doing it all right now. He gets the feed inside, up, and good with the left. It's tough to find lefties that are his size. Normally, if you see a lefty, it's a guard, nice and shifty with a nice triple. But now Khalil has developed that jump shot but continues to be a force inside.
Well, we see the officials are down at the scorer's table. They are checking something here. So we're just going to have to see what this is. Again, we have no communication with the scorer's table up here. And so we sometimes have to make an educated guess. So both teams have their full allotments of timeouts, so I don't think any ruling was made here. But we'll see. Mox will bring Tremble, Ramadan, Walsh, Corso, and Amari Miller out of the timeout. Tampa will have the ball. Spartans lead it by 3. 11.5 to go, first half. Inbounds pass comes up to B.J. Schaefer. And he'll get it into front court here to Kyler Lamb. Quick move around inside, dumped it off. Inside another pass, shot up and in, and a foul. Foul on the Mocs, and I think it's going to go on Amari, but we'll see.
I think that'll be on Jasir. He needs to know better than that. Can't
No,
go for the
Jasir.
swat
Yep.
there. Got beat. Just stay vertical and try to force a tough shot.
So first foul for Jasir Tremble, but that is now 7. So a lot of free throws coming up. We see coming back in now for Tampa, or actually for the first time, Grady Schwartz in, and also back in now is Cole Jasinski. Free throw coming up here for Kyler Lamb. And he now has 4 early points. He averages 4.7. Mocs are down 6. This is Tremble. Mocs are 16-2 here at home this year. Have really played well in this building. Tampa has presented a challenge so far. This is Walsh. Back out for Amari Miller. For Tremble. Tremble going through. Layup, no good. Inside, rebound Tampa. Taylor with a rebound, and back down it comes. Deep three outside, off the glass and in. And that is by Trey Lane, his second three. Tampa by 9. Ramadan for 3. Short, didn't get the roll. Rebound Tampa.
Right now the Mocs are just rushing stuff.
Yep.
They need to run their system.
Lane going through. And he stepped out of bounds. Mocs ball. That'll get Khalil Ross back into the game.
Jim, right now it feels like Florida Southern is really missing Charlie Dalton right now. He's such a good communicator on the defensive end, and that's a big reason why this Moxon team is taking a step back defensively to start.
Tremble has come out of the game now for the Mocs. See, Walsh is back in. Here is Amari. Down low for Corso. Needs some help. Shot up. Great reverse layup by Brady Corso. Boy, he had 20 against Tampa last time. And here is Justin Taylor. Mocs down 7. Jasinski can't get it. Now Camden down there. Jasinski missed the jam, and he's fouled by Walsh.
I love that foul from Elijah Walsh. No easy buckets, and he showed why there. Interesting move there by Florida Southern to try to send a double off that screen. I don't think you can do that with the size that Tampa has.
Gene Gillespie to the line. Couple of free throws coming up. See, Schomer's getting ready to come back, and he knocks down the first one. He averages 3.1 points per game, but as Carl mentioned, he's been playing a lot lately and playing well. Only 2 of 8 at the line this year. One more coming up. And he missed the second one. Rebound taken down by Amir Ramadan. Schomer's got Walsh there, so Walsh out of the game now. Here is Ramadan. Ramadan trying to drive through. He lost his footing. Tampa got it back. Tampa on the move here. McCormick dumped it down. Here's Taylor. And back out it comes for McCormick. Far side. Lane had it, working it around. McCormick again. Guarded by Ramadan. McCormick fade jumper is no good. Boy, that thing just rimmed in and out. Amari Miller the rebound. Mocs back the other way, down 8. Miller with it, back out, Corso. Here is Schomers, and around for Ross. Khalil kicks it out. Amari, wide open 3, short. Rebound taken down by Kyler Lamb, 6'6" sophomore out of Williston. McCormick down, Jasinski up, free throws coming up.
That'll be the first on Amari. Right now, it still feels like Florida Southern just doesn't have identity.
Yeah, they don't. I feel like they're really out of sync right now. They're having trouble figuring this Tampa team out.
This is pretty similar to what we saw in that last one. Tampa didn't come out to as commanding of a lead, but it still felt like they had decent control early in that game at Tampa.
Jasinski missed. Coming back in is Trent Scott. And Kyler Lamb will sit. One more coming up here for Gene Gillespie, and got it. And I think we're going to get a timeout here by Florida Southern. Mocs are down 9. I think it's a 30, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. And Carl, like we said, it just feels like it's just not coming together right now.
I'd like to see Erickson Bansby used more coming up here in this first half. He's someone that showed some promise in that last game when the Mocs won. against Florida Tech because he's a guy that knew what he needed to do. He settled in, and he was a guy that the guys could look for to really lead them. The biggest thing, though, they need to communicate better defensively, whether that's Amari Miller stepping up, Amir Ramadan, anyone in between. One of the guys that has been here, I think, needs to be the one that makes that difference.
Well, the Mocs are only 1 of 10 from three-point range. I mean, probably shooting too many, and when they're not hitting, they probably just need to go downhill a little bit.
Yeah, a good amount of those are really early in the shot clock, too, and that's disrupting a little bit of that offensive flow. Like you said, I'd like to see them try to spread that ball around, whether that's inside or out. They just need to make sure more people touch it. Something Coach Cardock talked about at the start of the game. When they get 20 assists, they're really good. Yep. But to get to 20 assists, you need to be at more than just the 4 they're at right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. 4 on 8 made baskets. So here's Ramadan. Tampa with a little backcourt pressure now for Corso. And Ramadan again. Boy, he got fouled. No question about that by Trent Scott. That will be 5 on Tampa, so Tampa's got 1 more to play with here. And Khalil Ross will inbound, and we'll find Ramadan. Back for Corso. Mocs need a little bit of a run here. Get a little closer. Tampa playing very well. Here is Amari Miller for Ramadan. Dumped it down to Miller. He goes up and jams. That's maybe what the Mocs need. Amari's got 4, went downhill. Mocs down 7.
Amari Miller dunks really help swing momentum for Florida Southern. He has a great connection with Amir Ramadan.
This is Scott. Now for Taylor. Guarded by Khalil Ross. Dumped it down. Nice pass. Lane shot up and did not get a roll. Battle for the rebound. Lane got it back. Kicked it all the way out. Camden McCormick dumped it off. Jaslinski missed it. Rebound. Mocs got it through Corso. Florida Southern with the ball. Here's Khalil Ross. And Shomers. And Ramadan. Dumped it down. There's Shomers. Had it blocked by Jaslinski. Wow, what a block. And Tampa got it back. Boy, he came out of nowhere. 3 by Lane. Won't go. Easy rebound for Amari Miller.
And we saw that feed by Amir. He's one of the best pick-and-roll ball handlers on this team.
Ball is going to go out, and Lane is going to be called for knocking it out. We see Ian Higdon back in here for Tampa, and we're going to get to the under-8 media timeout. Spartans continue to lead against the Mocs here, and it's the Florida Southern College men's basketball as presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Well, they are reviewing down on the floor here, and Tampa, Trey Lane really was pretty vociferous that he thought it went out off of Amir Ramadan. So we'll just have to wait and see. Again, you can make the challenge now because both teams have a plethora of timeouts.
2 great words there.
I know.
Thesaurus, plethora.
I'm getting
Jim,
it, man.
you're doing great tonight. First women's and now this.
It's English.
You're
man.
on a roll.
I taught English for a while. If my students didn't know that, I got mad.
There you go. Well, right now there's been a lot of energy between these 2 teams. The unfortunate thing for Florida Southern is that Tampa has had a lot more energy than them so far. And you can tell they're a little bit of a step behind. But right now it feels like they're getting a little bit closer thanks to Amir Ramadan. Tampa, though, they're trying to challenge that last play and see if it touched Amir last.
Yeah, we're going to wait and see. Well, the Mocs have 3 timeouts, so I think they just lost it.
Well, it was Tampa that challenged.
Okay, the Mocs did call it. That's
yeah.
right. Mocs did. All right, so let's see.
So it looks like Florida Southern's keeping it, so Tampa will lose their timeout.
You would
and
think.
Their challenge.
Yep, they just did. They just lost it right there. So it'll be Florida Southern ball. Mocs are down 7. It's a lower scoring game than we had anticipated, that's for sure. The defense has been a little better. Here is Corso, dumped it down, great pass. Amari's fouled by Camden McCormick.
Man, Amari wanted to catch a body there, but a good foul by McCormick. Do not let him get that exclamation point, excuse me.
So Amari coming to the line is at 63.6 for the year. Florida Southern is at 73.9 from the line. That's 6 now on Tampa, by the way, so there'll be free throws coming up as Amari knocks it down. Amari now with 5 points in the game. And one more coming up. Mocs are down 6 and 5. And we get Tremble back in. And sitting down will be Amari Miller. So the Mocs get a little smaller now. This is Scott. Dumped it down. Great pass up and in by Trey Lane. 8 points for him. Mocs are down 5. Or make it, I believe it's 7. No, they say 5. All right. Shomers, Ramadan, and Corso. Ross almost lost it. Almost threw it away. It's going to go out.
No
Tampa's
foul?
going to get it back. Boy, Donnelly is really furious. He thought there was a foul.
Donnelly's holding onto the ball right there. Brady Corso got trucked. I'm surprised we're not calling a timeout. Let's see that last replay because that was a clean hit in football, a good use of the shoulder, but that's a clear and evident foul.
Yeah,
Donnelly
sure
needs
is.
to challenge that.
Yeah, it sure is. Let's see if he does challenge
He needs
it.
to challenge that.
Well, we see Amari Miller back in for Shomers here. All right, they're going. I guess Tampa's going to keep it here.
I hope this wakes him up.
Well, I was going to say, let's see if that fires him up a little bit here. Here is Schaefer, who just came back in. He's got the ball. They'll give it up now for McCormick. That pass knocked away. It's going to go out. It's going to stay with Tampa.
Tampa's been extra physical with the ball and without the ball as well.
And it is a 7-point mock deficit.
It is.
Inbounds for Schaefer. Guarded by Ramadan. Almost didn't get it. Schaefer still with it, trying to go through. Shot blocked. Let's see where the foul is.
And that's going to be on Amir. Too much contact.
Yep. Amir's going to get the foul. That's his second. And boy, Donnelly right now is a little unhappy. Got to do some mop-up duty here. And it looks like there will be some free throws coming up. Schaefer to the line. And good. 6 points in the game for him. Mocs are down 8. And 9. And we see bands coming in here for Ramadan. And Florida Southern will have the ball. And Tampa will put some pressure on. And what's the whistle now?
They're going to say number 7 there for Tampa.
Foul. Yep, going to call
on
a foul.
Schaefer.
Yep.
You can't have your foot over the line.
So it's 1-1 now for the Mocs.
I think they called that on Lane, excuse me. I didn't see what he did.
Well, Lane has 2 fouls according to the scoreboard. I think you're right. All right, so Corso to the line, 1 and the bonus. He has 2 points in the game. Get the Mocs a little closer, down 9. One more coming up. I mentioned Corso had 20 against Tampa in the last game over at Tampa. Mocs won it on January 21st. Amari Miller had 18 and 10 in that game for the Mocs. Corso got them both. So he's got 4. Tampa by 7 with the ball. Schaefer gives it back now for Scott. Kicked it back out to Taylor, who almost lost it. Now McCormick. Tampa playing a little smaller now as well. McCormick kicks it way back out. This is Scott driving through. He walks. Yeah, there's the travel. There's the travel. And Blunt will come back here for Tampa. He does have 2 fouls now.
And Khalil Ross wasn't happy after that play. He felt like maybe a little bit extra was done at the end.
Scott comes out. Bands gets it in for Ross. And Bands will bring it up. Mocs are down 7 with the ball. And Bands in front court, guarded by Schaefer. Ross sets the screen. And Ross gets it back. Ross just going in all the way up. Cook no good on the floor. Bands trying to get it back. It's a scramble, and it's going to stay here in Tampa. We'll get a foul.
Erickson Bands is getting this team going. He's going to have to be the leader. He's been here for a while, one of the longest tenured Mocs on this team, and he's a guy that when he speaks, the rest of the team listens.
Believe they called it on Higdon. And he is now out of the game, so indeed they did. We see Sutherland back in, and Bands to the line. One more coming up for Erickson. Tampa now with 8 fouls. Mocs have 10, so Tampa will shoot 2 from here on. Carl, we got over 6 minutes left in the half. We're going to see a lot of free throws, I think. Bands got them both.
And he's a good guy to have on the floor shooting free throws. Remember, has the school record for most consecutive free throws made with 39.
Yeah, and led the nation through 2 years ago. There's the Blunt jumper. Doesn't go. Amari Miller gets a rebound, and he's pushing it up himself. Amari driving all the way down, goes up, layup, good. Amari Miller now with 8, and the Mocs have closed it to 3. Tampa back the other way. McCormick. Down low, pass. Blunt didn't get it. Ross gathered it up, needs help. Oh, Blunt got it. Ross fouled him. Oh, my goodness.
And Jasir able to poke that one free, but then miscommunication there between Bands and Ross. Mocs just need to recover. It's a really emotional game right now for both sides.
So Blunt will shoot some free throws. He has only 2 points so far here in the game. He's 84.9 for the year. He's had taken 126 free throws.
He can pretty much do it all, Jim.
Yes, he can. That is make number 108. Tampa by 4. And 5. And 4 points for Blunt. Here is Khalil Ross and Tremble. Tremble in front court. Miller and Tremble back. Schaefer stays right with him. Here's Bands. Wanted to shoot, can't do it, needs help. Got the ball in the corner to Ross. Khalil dumped it down. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Interception on the pass by Sutherland.
Khalil knew that was a mistake right when it left his hands.
Taylor all the way up and scores. Taylor now with 4 points in the game. Mocs are down 7. They had gotten to within 3, and now they're down 7. Here's Tremble. Down low for Amari. Still has it. Going to go up and scores. Amari Miller's got 10. Mocs down 5. Schaefer in front court for Tampa. Backs it out. Sutherland pass cut off by Bands. Good defense on McCormick. Deep 3 outside won't go. Rebound by Schaefer. Fresh 20. Blunt driving through. Layup missed it. Tip missed it. Rebound Amari Miller. Mocs back the other way. Here's Ross. Khalil all the way down. Goes up. Had it blocked. And it should be a goaltend. Ross will get the points. He's got 10. Miller and Ross with 10 apiece. Schomer's coming back. Ross coming out. And Florida Southern once again back to within 3. Tampa ball.
The Mocs not using the press too much in this one. Looking like the Mocs of yesteryear.
Front court here now for Trent Scott. Tampa looking for a foul. Body hits the floor. Scott all the way down. Up and reversing in. Nice move. Scott's got 3, and the Mocs are down 5. Here is Tremble. Looking for Amari. Goes up himself and scores. Great job by Jasir. Only his first basket of the game. Let's see if that gets him going. Mocs down 3 again. Here's Taylor. Dumped it down, kicked it out. Open three, no good. Rebound, Tampa gets a fresh 30. McCormick again, the jumper. The short, no. Rebound, Chalmers. Mox with the ball, chance to tie. Here's Walsh, and he is called for traveling. Carried it, and that gets us to the under 4 media timeout. Florida Southern down 3. Boy, the action has picked up just a little bit here on the Streamline Sale Court. You're watching Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. This is the 1981 National Championship team for Florida Southern. Some of the players who have come back, and boy, it is really, really good to see them here. It was a magical dream team for Florida Southern. There's a good look at them.
And Jim, interestingly enough, I saw one of them warming up before the women's game, getting ready for these two games for Florida Southern. Once you're in it, you can't really leave it, especially here at Florida Southern.
So you can see there are 8 of them here tonight, and boy, it's great to see them. A special welcome to members of this 1981 Florida Southern College men's national championship team. And interesting now is that the 1981 team is here, and of course Link Darner, the Tampa coach, coached the 2014-15 national champions. And Ben Swank, who's now his assistant, was his lone assistant during that year. So a lot of history being made here tonight. A 3-point Tampa lead. Spartan ball, and Trent Scott will inbound. And McCormick will bring it up. The junior out of San Diego. Played at UC San Diego before coming to Tampa. To the corner. Quick move around Chalmers. Chalmers got back. Scott needs some help. Gets it back to McCormick. Shot clock strangely almost to 10. There's the 3 outside by Taylor. That's short. Rebound. Tampa got a fresh 20 on it. McCormick dumps it all the way back out. Comes out there for Jasinski. Down low, here's Jasinski again, giving it up. Taylor for 3 again. In and out, no good. Rebound, Tampa up. Jasinski missed it on the floor. Chalmers got it. Mox with the basketball. Down 3 with 2:40 to go. Here's Walsh. Baseline cut off by Taylor. Kicked it out to Chalmers. Corso for the tie. Got it! Brady Corso ties the game. Quickly back the other way is Scott. And now McCormick. McCormick wanting to drive through on Tremble. Can't. Good defense by the Mox. Jasinski gives it up here for Blunt. Blunt back to Jasinski. Threw it away. Another steal this time by Chalmers. Here is Corso. Here is Walsh. Here is Amari, and saved by Jaslinski for Tampa. Tampa's going to get Kyler Lamb back in, and Blunt will sit. So Blunt probably not coming back here in the first half. He has 2 fouls in the game. We see Walsh out now for Florida Southern, and Khalil Ross back in. Chalmers to inbound. Mox and Tampa tied. Back out for Amari Miller. For Corso. Deep 3, no. Rebound, it goes out, goes back to Tampa. Two ticks less than 2 minutes to go here in the half. Trey Lane back in for Tampa. And sitting down will be Trent Scott. Well, Carl, one thing, Tampa does have a deep bench.
And that's a bunch of really talented guys.
Yep.
Some of them started their career at Tampa, but like you mentioned, they have some guys with some Division I experience as well.
McCormick to the far side. And a foul, offensive foul. Offensive foul on Tampa. Mox get it back. And Florida Southern once again with a chance to take the lead.
Let's see who they use to try to break this press. Tampa stayed aggressive, something we saw when they played at Tampa as well.
Ross will inbound. Tremble needs to get open if he can. Got to hurry, and he got it in. So Trumbull will bring it up. 1:45 to go in the first half. Mox can take the lead. Corso for Trumbull. The Miller screen. And, they're going to call a travel on Trumbull.
Picks it up and hops back to Mox. Right now they're scratching at that lead, something they haven't had in a long time. They haven't had one all game long.
Lane back in for Schaefer. Looks like an offense-defense switch here early by Link Darner. Lane will bring it up. Tampa with a chance to take the lead back again. Guarded by Tremble. Back out it comes to Taylor. To the corner, McCormick down low, shot up, no, rebound Shomers, and a foul on the Mox. And Amari Miller will pick it up. His second foul in the game. Carl, fouls could become an issue here.
They could. It's tough to call some of these, but right now Florida Southern already racking up those foul calls.
Gingileski to the line.
Tampa started off the game red hot, but since then they've cooled down a lot. Now 2 for 7 from 3 and shooting 43% from the field after a really good start the first 10 minutes.
So we see Ramadan in for Miller. They don't want him to get another foul here in the final 1:15 of the half. Second one doesn't go. It goes out. It's going to stay with Tampa. Shomers could not corral it.
Great heads-up play there by Lamb. Creates another possession for Tampa.
Here comes Trey Lane again for Schaefer. Tampa ball, and Taylor to inbound. Back out for McCormick. Heading down towards 1 minute to go. In the lane, up, shot, bounce, no. Rebound on the floor, Tampa got it back. Trying to kick it out, he's going to travel. Traveling violation called on Kyler Lamb. Mox get it back. And a chance to take the lead.
And you can feel the energy in the building and on the court. There's been a number of travel calls for each side because they're getting so ahead of themselves, and a few that probably could have been called too. These players know the moment that they're playing in.
Schaefer for Lane again. As we go under a minute to go here in the half. Ramadan with the ball. Looking, corner for Khalil Ross going up. Shot blocked by Jasinski, and back comes Tampa the other way. All the way down, dumped it off, shot, no, block. In there by Shomers, Mox back the other way. Here is Corso. He stops, he waits, he pops, he hits. Corso has 10, Mox by 2. Tampa with the ball on the floor. Tampa somehow got it back. Here's McCormick. Guarded by Trumbull. Watch with us, 20 seconds to go. McCormick. Way out behind 3. Tampa's going to hold for the last shot. McCormick driving in now. Goes up, lean, shot, no. Rebound, Mox. Corso will hold it. He'll get the Shomers. The long one at the buzzer off the glass. And Florida Southern has battled back to take a 2-point halftime lead over the University of Tampa Spartans in what has been a barn burner of a game. We have sent Carl down. He's going to get Mox head coach Mike Donnelly, I believe, here. And I know he'll want to get into the locker room pretty quickly here. And now we see that Carl is down there, and he's getting ready to go. So let's go ahead and send it down to Carl with head coach Mike Donnelly.
Coach, first half has been super emotional. How are you controlling that?
It's hard. It's a big game, you know. I didn't like how we started off, but I kept looking at the scoreboard. I said we should be down a little bit more. I just think that we were 2 steps slow for whatever reason. But we fought back, and we took a 2-point lead. So I'm happy about that, but this is going to be a dogfight these next 20 minutes.
Spencer Shomers is what helped you get this lead. Talk about his impact.
Yeah, I mean, that last play was huge. Their big kid had a big block, and then Spencer came down. We thought that was a layup, which led to a 3-point shot. I mean, we've been telling the guys, like, forget about set plays, offense. This is drills. This is practice what we do in live every day with drills, and they kind of, like, perked up a little bit, and that's how we play every day, and that's what we got to embrace. But it's just staying with it, making those extra plays will be big down the stretch.
Thank you, Coach. Right. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, Carl, thank you very much. Well, A great first half. The Mocs were down, I believe, by as much as, let me see, biggest lead, Tampa was by 9 with about 10:44 left in the half. But the Mocs fought their way back, and they have taken a 2-point lead into the locker room here at the half. Well, don't go away. We're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, we'll get you some stats and get our halftime show underway on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute.
The first 50 years of the Sunshine State Conference inspired champions and built a legacy rooted in excellence. A legacy built from a single sport Well, folks, it's time for the Mini Mocs cheerleaders.
It's what everyone is here to see, Jim, and super excited to see these young ladies get a chance to show what they might be doing in the future for Florida Southern.
Well, fans, you had a chance there to watch the Mocs mini cheerleaders. And as Carl mentioned, maybe some of these young ladies will be out here doing it for real sometime in the future. Well, let's go ahead and send a special thank you to our broadcast sponsor for tonight, the Florida Orthopedic Institute, Lakeland's #1 choice for orthopedic care. You can scan the QR code on your screen to schedule today with your local experts. And fans, you can join us in celebrating Division II Day tomorrow, February 22nd. The day serves as an opportunity for everyone associated with Division II to celebrate the impact of athletics and of our student athletes on our campus and in our community. On our social media platforms, we'll share the benefits of being a part of Division II and highlight some of our student athlete success stories. On Division II Day, that's tomorrow, we'll join Division II conferences and institutions by posting a social media graphic at 2:22 p.m. Eastern Time, sharing how we're proud to celebrate Division II Day. Be sure to share that post and follow us on social media at FSC_Mocs. Well, Carl, Division II should be celebrated. We had a tremendous basketball game earlier today. We got another one going now. And let's take a look at some of these first half stats.
Yeah, it's been a super, super exciting first half, and you can see why with those stats. 7 offensive rebounds, 12 points off turnovers for the Spartans, but the Mocs, their offense has settled in the half court, and that's why they're shooting 45 from the field. 23 from 3 isn't what they want, but remember, they started off 2 for 10, so they've recovered a bit from there. The biggest thing for Florida Southern, continue to pass the ball. 8 assists for them after just having 4 through the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, for Tampa right now, Tampa only has 4 assists on their 12 made baskets, so they're not distributing the ball as well as I'm sure they would like to.
They haven't had an assist in their last 7 makes, Jim. They had 4 assists early on in this one, but since then the well has run dry in terms of team basketball with those assist numbers. A lot of their points have been found with those putbacks, with those number of offensive rebounds with 7, and that's because their big men can really crash the glass against the smaller Mocs, especially with them being in foul trouble.
Yeah, and again, there are a lot of players that have fouls so far in this game. In fact, every Moc on the floor has at least 1 foul except for Spencer Schomer. And on the other side for Tampa, a few guys don't, but a big one, Jasinski has 3, Ryan Blunt has 2, Justin Taylor has 2, and Kyler Lamb has 2. So Tampa's got some foul trouble as well as the Mocs.
Someone I really want to see more run for in the second half, Spencer Schomer. I think he made incredibly winning plays in that last half, especially the last 5 minutes. Some of those rebounds, they may not even show up on the box score because someone else scooped it up, but those were rebounds that shifted the tide of this game.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that last sequence there that helped the Mocs get that 2-point halftime advantage.
You can see the start of it right here. The Mocs have to get back on the fast break, and who else but Mr. Schomers? Get up there, old man. And then he kept it going here for the Mocs. As you can see, one more pass. Brady Corso, automatic.
Well, I was at Tampa for that game back on January 21st, and I got a chance to sit down fairly low, much lower than we sit here. And I was really impressed with how Spencer Schomers played defense that night. I mean, he was some kind of bad hombre to Tampa in that game, and you could see the same thing here in that play tonight.
It's a big reason why he was part of a national championship winning team. He wasn't a starter on that team. He wasn't a guy that was their 6th man, but he was a guy that was part of that culture at Northwest Missouri State. And the big reason why you win championships is because every single person knows what they need to do, and he knows what he needs to give for this Florida Southern team. Sometimes it's a triple, but a lot of times it's getting down and dirty.
Well, why don't we take a quick break? When we come back, we'll get you some scores of men's basketball played earlier today in the Sunshine State Conference. We are the final game being played here this evening. We'll let you know how it all stands as we get ready to roll. Second half coming up soon on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute.
Threaded through geography, fueled by growth, defined by excellence. 135 team national titles, 173 individual champions, and hundreds of Scholar All-Americans. Always at the top of NCAA Division II. Looking ahead, we reflect on where we started, where we are, and where we're going. The Sunshine State Conference, where success thrives.
Did you know that love of sports is the #1 reason most people start officiating? And verbal abuse is the #1 reason why most quit? Act with respect and be officially human.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome back. Both teams are out. We're almost ready to go with the start of the second half. And Carl, I feel like we're almost starting over again. It's only a 2-point mock lead. We said that the Mocs needed to get off to a quick start. They did not. I would think they're going to need to do it this time.
And I think that break helped out this Tampa side being able to take a deep breath and settle back in, because like when I talked with Coach Donnelly, that first half was very emotionally charged for each side. A physical battle that was very back and forth, just like that first matchup. Coach Darner, you know he wants to pick up his first win ever against Florida Southern, and his team really wants to help him with that.
Well, the Mocs' three-point shooting has not been great, 3 of 13, but Tampa's not a whole lot better, just 2 of 7 from the floor in the game. Tampa has had 8 more free throws in this game, Carl, and that could make a big difference coming down the stretch.
The Mocs just need to find a way to get to the free throw line more efficiently, like you mentioned, and a big reason that they haven't done so as much. Amari Miller didn't seem as aggressive as he normally is in that first half. He picked it up for a spurt, but he needs to be the difference maker in this one, especially with the big man for Tampa being in foul trouble.
So the Mocs will get the ball to open the second half. They have a 2-point lead. Sit back, relax, and enjoy what ought to be a great 20 minutes of men's college basketball here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Ramadan for Amari Miller. Miller still with it, almost lost it, picked it back up. Here's Walsh, dumped down to Amari, but he threw it away. And Trey Lane read it perfectly and picked it off for Tampa. So now the Spartans can tie or take the lead on this possession. Lane all the way down, slammed down by Elijah Walsh. Here is Ramadan. He stops, he pops, he hits! Amir Ramadan! His first 3 of the game, he's got 5, and the Mocs go up 5. Inbounds pass coming up. Justin Taylor with it, and we'll bring it across. Boy, a huge bucket by Ramadan. This is Lane. Trumbull with him. Cut him off. Corner for Blunt. Guarded by Walsh. Blunt stops, pops, hits. Blunt's got 6. Again, he's playing with 2 fouls. Here is Ramadan, and now Amari Miller. Mocs by 3. Down low for Corso. Could not hold it. And stolen away by Tampa. Spartans back the other way. There is McCormick. Baseline, knocked out, away, out of bounds. Who's got it? It's going to stay with Tampa. Boy, and Ramadan took a shot, it looks like, on his arm.
Mocs need to continue to stay aggressive in those passing lanes. If they continue to pressure Tampa, they might slip into some bad habits.
So here's McCormick. Deep 3 by Taylor. No good. Rebound, Amari Miller. 7th rebound in the game, or 8th rebound, rather, for Amari. Ramadan, another 3. Oh, just in and out. Ball on the floor, and it's going to be one back by Trey Lane. Boy, that looked awful good. If that's not a oh, they're going to call a block. Oh, that might be worth looking at, although it's early in the half.
I think that's Amir's 3rd.
It is his 3rd foul.
That was a good thought by Amir. I don't know if we'll be able to get a replay quick enough to see that one, but we'll try.
Yeah, let's take a look and see it here.
Yeah, that looks set, but we'll get back to the action.
Wow. So 3 on Ramadan. Deep 3 by Blunt. No good. Rebound Amari Miller. That's 9. And here is Corso. Wanted to go to Amari and thought better of it. Here's Trimble now. And Corso wanted the 3. Can't get it. So he'll back out. He's guarded by Blunt. Faked it again. Walsh for 3. That's way short. Rebound Tampa. Taylor, the rebounder, with the ball. Here's Blunt going all the way through. Dumped it down. Soslinski with a slam. A jam, rather. That's actually his first basket in the game. He's got 6. But the Mocs lead is now 1. Khalil Ross, next dead ball for Florida Southern. Here is Ramadan. And Corso. Pass was deflected, but it went to Trimble. Here's Miller. Amari wants the post. He stops, he pops, he hits. Amari Miller's got a dozen. Mocs lead back to 3. Here's Trey Lane. Still with it, guarded by Ramadan. Remember, Amir playing with 3 now. Here's McCormick. Blunt cuts it through, an easy layup. Wow. Can't be any easier than that. Blunt's got 8. Mock lead is 1. Trimble stops and pops. Did not get a roll. Rebound Tampa. Off the Jaslecki rebound. All the way down is McCormick going up. Shot good. And Tampa takes the lead. Or they tie it. Yeah, they do take the lead at 1. 6 points for Camden McCormick. So Trimble will slow it down. Here is Ramadan. Corso going all the way through, lost the ball, and here comes Tampa the other way. Lane dumped it off McCormick. Back to Lane. He takes the 3. No, rebound Corso. And Corso will bring it up, almost threw it away as Blunt got his hand in it. Tampa will get 2 subs coming back in as Ian Higdon and Trent Scott. Schomer's coming back in for Florida Southern along with Khalil Ross. And Erickson Bands as well. So Amari is out, Walsh is out, and Ramadan is out for Florida Southern. Trimble will get it and will bring it up. Florida Southern down 1 as we approach 16 minutes to go here in the game. And a whistle. 10 seconds. Wow. Okay. That is what you call an unforced turnover.
Mocs need to settle back in. We've seen them start to slip away from that focus we saw to end that first half.
Tampa by 1 with the ball. And now another whistle.
It's going to be a shot clock issue. It's
Yep.
supposed to be at 20.
Yes, it should. 18 officially now. And Scott will have it. Corso will meet him at midcourt. Around a screen by Higdon. Back out Blunt. Schomer's with Blunt. Trying to spin move in. Dumped it down. Runner up and in. Nice little soft touch there by Taylor. He's got 6. Mocs down 3. Here is Trimble. And Schomer's. And Ross. And Bands. Open 3. Bands, no. Tampa gets another rebound. Boy, right now the Mocs cannot get a rebound. Blunt got that one. This is Scott all the way down. Cut off. Here's Taylor. Quick move. Jumper. No. Rebound Tampa. Up and in by Higdon. Boy, right now the Mocs, Carl, cannot buy a rebound.
They're just scrambling right now on both ends.
And there's going to be a foul called on Tampa. And that's going to get us to the under 16 media timeout. Should be free throws coming back. Tampa with a 5-point lead on the Mocs. This is Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And here at Florida Southern, we have a special thanks tonight to our corporate sponsor, Walk-On Sports Bistro. Walk-Ons is a place where over-the-top enthusiasm and culture are the daily norm. For authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine prepared fresh, including seafood, traditional Cajun cuisine, and burgers built for two hands, Walk-Ons is your place. Located on US North 98 in front of Lakeland Square Mall, a special thank you to Walk-Ons for their support of FSC Athletics. Dude, I'm starting to get hungry now.
Yeah, I could use something, that's for sure. That's for sure. And the Mocs need to get a little hungry. They're down 5 here. Carl, they just have not been able to get a rebound for a while, it looks like. Tampa now has a total of 30, and Florida Southern has 21. That's a pretty big gap.
A big gap, especially in the second half, where the Mocs haven't scored in the last 2 minutes. I'll check to see the difference here in that second half of action. So far in the second half, 5 rebounds for Tampa.
Inbounds pass by Ramadan to Erickson Bands. Bands wanted to go to Amari. They couldn't get it to him. Here's Ramadan. Kicked it out. Shomers deep 3. Got it! Spencer Shomers, his first basket of the game, and it's a big one. Mocs down 2. This is Trent Scott. He finds Taylor. And now Higdon. Taylor again. Miller on him. Interesting matchup there. Higdon back for Blunt. Shot clock to 10. We haven't seen that too often today. Scott trying to go through. Goes up and hits. Nice move by Trent Scott. He's got 5. Mocs are down 4.
Tampa now 6 of their last 8 from the field. The Mocs need to find some defense.
Here's Ramadan. Cross for Shomers. Shomers pops another one. Got another one! Spencer Shomers has hit 2 in a row, and the Mocs are down 1. Quickly back the other way. Dumped it down. Taylor had it blocked. Shomers with a block. And it's going to go to Florida Southern. How about Spencer Shomers?
He is doing it all right now on the offensive end. He's looking like his other Omaha brother, Jaden Booth. Back-to-back triples, and the SWAT party is back at Florida Southern.
Well, I told you when I watched him play against Tampa over there down low, it's a bad hombre on the floor, boy. He can make things happen. So Bands will inbound, and Tampa will put some pressure on. A 1-point lead here for the Spartans, and Ramadan's got a little bit of a run out here. Let's see if he wants it. He just threw it away, lost the ball, and back the other way comes Tampa. Quick move by Lane, and he will not score, but Bands will get the foul.
Bands talking a little bit extra, and he's a guy that always has 2 cents to offer, but needs to hold on to it there. The ref almost teeing him up.
So 3 on Bands now, and that's going to get Lane to the free throw line. He has not shot today. He's got 8 points in the game.
Now there's 2
but
Mocs on the
played
floor
well.
with 3.
He's at 95.4% from the line. You are looking right there at the nation's leader in free throw shooting in Division II. So we see Higdon out and Sutherland back in.
Lane, also a local product from Lakeland. He went to school just down the road at Santa Fe Catholic. Went to school with Link Darner's son, who's now at the Division I level.
So here is Bands. Mocs down 3. Guarded by Lane. Here's Amari. Bands gets it back. Here's Ramadan. We got a whistle. Oh, they're going to call a foul, I think, on Bands, who just got his 4th. Wow. That is going to hurt. He's out, and Elijah Walsh is in.
They've been keeping these guys honest with those offensive fouls. You can't have any movement if you're making contact with the defender tonight.
So here's McCormick. Mocs down 3. Almost thrown away, but gathered in. Kicked it back out from Schaefer. The 3 is no good. The rebound for Khalil Ross. The outlet to Ramadan all the way down. Mocs got a break. Walsh didn't go, but Amari followed up and got it in. Amari's got 14, and it's a 1-point Tampa lead.
Mocs able to finally catch a lucky break there, and now Amari in double figures in both rebounds and points.
And a foul.
That should be the 4th on Amir. Now the guard rotation will be tested for Florida Southern.
They're in a little bit of trouble here. 2 fouls, or 4 fouls on 2 guards here. Tremble coming in, and Carl, if Jasir Tremble ever needed some big minutes, this is it.
Remember, he was the hero in that last game. Let's see if he can do it again tonight.
Mox with 4 team fouls. Tampa with 2. Lobbed inside. Ball knocked away, won by the Mox. Walsh trying to hold on. It's out. And who gets it? Florida Southern ball. Good job by Elijah Walsh.
1 point lead still here for Tampa. I really want to see the Mox try to run some set actions.
So here is Tremble.
I feel like
he'll bring
have
it
to
up
look for Shomers. Looks like they will.
Here's Ross. Walsh, guarded by Lane. Back to Khalil. Khalil wants to drive through. Nice spin move, bounced it off his foot though, and Tampa got it back. All the way down, in a hurry comes Schaefer, missed it. Rebound taken down by Ross. Ross gonna push, finds Tremble. Tremble cross quarter for Shomers. Shomers for 3, no, in and out. Rebound Ross up and in for Florida Southern. Khalil Ross's first basket of the second half. He's got a dozen. Mox up by 1. McCormick and Lane. Tremble staying with him. McCormick dumped it back, stolen by the Mox. Walsh will get it. He finds Tremble, down all the way for Amari Miller. And it's going to go back to Tampa.
Mox trying to find a way to get back into this one, and Donnelly was thinking about trying to review it, but the Mox telling him, just hold off. You need to save those timeouts for the end, especially in a game like this.
Under 12 media timeout, Mox lead it by 1. This is the Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Mox by 1. Boy, it's been a good one so far.
And so far on that last play, the Mox almost had a chance to really get ahead, but playing a little bit too fast and quick. That one swatted and finding a lucky bounce off of Elijah Walsh. Now another chance for Florida Southern to hunker back down defensively. That is what has led to them getting the lead again, because they forced a good amount of turnovers.
So the Mox with that 1 point lead. Florida Southern had a 2-point lead at the half, and Carl, again, it looked like the Mox were struggling just a little bit. Couldn't find their rhythm, but looks like it's starting to come back again.
And like all good coaches say, it starts on the defensive end, and that's what we've seen here. The Mox found their offense after getting some big blocks and some big steals. Spencer Shomers continuing to really make an impact as well.
Yeah, Shomers remains in the game along with Ross, Walsh, Amari Miller, and Jasir Tremble. And Carl, the Mox are playing big right now, but they really don't have a lot of choice here. Tremble has got to really play that point guard position and be the guy that brings it up.
We have to watch and see when Brady Corso returns to the game too.
That's true. Corso could certainly take some of that load off. Here's McCormick. Ross with him. Dumped it right down. Blunt up and will shoot free throws.
Good offense there by Blunt.
He's got 8 points in the game, 4 in each half. So the Mox now with 5 team fouls here. Amari Miller with 3 fouls.
Amari's been really good in the last month of staying out of foul trouble. Tonight, though, it's a different story.
Free throw is good by Blunt. Game all even again. One more. Tampa by 1. Tremble will have it. He gets in front court. Guarded by Schaefer. Tamari Miller almost knocked away. It was. Amari got it back, lost it, and a foul going to be called, I think, on Tampa. And that prevents a breakaway.
Tampa's hands have been so active today. It's very reminiscent of how we've seen the Mocs play a lot of the year. They're going all out for the ball, whether it may be a foul or not. They want to cause havoc.
3 fouls on Tampa. And Florida Southern will inbound. Tremble to do it. And he'll get Shomers. And Tremble will get it back. Looking, and picked it up. Now it comes to Ross. Back for Walsh. Walsh trying to drive through. Walsh steps up, goes up and in. Oh, what a move by Elijah Walsh. He's got 7, and the Mocs go up by 1. Tampa the other way in a hurry. Here's Trey Lane for Camden McCormick. McCormick again sees an opening, goes all the way through, dumped it down to Scott. McCormick back out for 3. That's off. Rebound, Elijah Walsh. Mocs got a break there. Here comes Ross. Boom! Khalil Ross with 14. Florida Southern goes up by 3. We got a timeout on the floor, and it will be a full timeout. Mocs lead it by 3. This is Florida Southern College men's basketball, presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. There's our score time remaining here in the second half. And Carl, this has really been an outstanding game.
And you can see the last one here by Khalil Ross. He's trying to get this Moccasin team going as he got the slam there. This has been a back and forth game. The Mocs have taken the lead 3 times. They've been tied once, and they've had a lot of time trailing. They've only led for 4 minutes and 45 seconds all game.
Yeah, and again, Tampa did have a pretty good lead in the first half, but the Mocs battle back to take that 2-point halftime lead. Now it's a 3-point advantage. And the Mocs will bring out Tremble, Miller, Shomers, Elijah Walsh, and Khalil Ross.
It looks like this is the lineup for this second half.
Yeah,
for
it
Florida
sure
Southern.
does right now. Again, though, we'll see. Corso is still available to play. And 2 guys with 4 fouls each. That could be a big problem for Florida Southern, both Bands and Ramadan. Tampa with it. Blunt. Picked up his dribble. Finds Lane. Lane trying to go through on Ross. Knocked away, comes up to Scott, and he scores. Wow, what a move by Trent Scott. 7 points for him. The Mock lead is 1. Gingileski getting ready to come back in here for Tampa. Here's Walsh. Walsh cut off. They're going to double him. He needs help. Threw it back. Shomers for 3. Got it! Spencer Shomers has done it again. 3 threes here in the half. Florida Southern by 4.
And that started off with a great pass from Elijah Walsh despite the double team.
Here's McCormick. He's in the lane. Blunt. Deep 3 by Blunt. Got it. Watch out. Blunt now with 13. And Tampa again down by 1. And Carl, that was a contested 3. You couldn't do much about that.
There was a reason he was National Player of the Week just a couple months ago.
This is Tremble. Corner for Amari. Amari wants to drive. He's just going up. He hit. No, he missed. Rebound Tampa. Saved by Tampa. Here comes McCormick the other way. Chance to take the lead on this possession. Blunt, with all time in the world, missed the 3. Rebound taken down by Scott. The Mocs will not be happy with that. The miss by Lane on the floor, won by Walsh. Comes down for Shomers, back to Walsh, out of bounds. Oh my goodness, and let's see who got it. Wow.
That'll be a foul, I believe.
Yeah, I think there's a foul called here on Tampa. Or maybe not, let's see.
The Mocs were trying to do a little bit too much in that moment.
So it looks like Lane got the foul. Corso's coming back here. Lane picks up his 3rd foul. That's 4 on Tampa here in the half, 5 on Florida Southern. Free throws here now for Walsh.
The Mocs are lucky that was a foul call. Could have gone either way
Yep,
there.
yep. And one more coming up. We see Corso coming back in. And let's see who is out. I think Amari Miller's out. They want to save him. He's got 3 fouls. We still got a ways to go here. One more for Elijah Walsh. He's a 72% free throw shooter. Missed them both, but a rebound by Ross. Fresh 20. Corso gets it. It's over and back. They're going to say, well, Corso tried to sell it, but it did not look like it. Florida Southern turned it over. Elijah Walsh missed them both, and he hit the exact same spot, both of them.
I know Elijah's kicking himself after that. He's a guy that really prides himself on his shooting, especially from the free throw line.
So here's McCormick now. Corner for Justin Taylor. Taylor kicks it all the way back out for Blunt, and Ross gets a foul. Ross will get a second foul, and that will be 6 on the Mocs. Well, it was a foul, but we've seen a lot of work. We've seen a lot worse tonight. You know, that's why the fans are unhappy about it. Taylor to inbound. Florida Southern still by 1. Here's Camden McCormick, guarded by Corso. McCormick. And McCormick gets it back. They switched off. Schomer's got him. Pass deflected, stolen away by the Mocs. Great job by Walsh and Schomer's underneath. Here's Corso. And Walsh trying to drive through. He's cut off. Back out Corso. Fake the 3. Driving in all the way up. Lost the ball, and he'll shoot some free throws.
And Tampa can't believe it, but that has been a call that has been elusive for Florida Southern tonight. But based off what we just saw on the other end, it makes sense that the whistle was blown.
2 free throws coming up here. Oh, let's see. Wait a minute. Are they? Nope, they're going to say no shooting on that. Inbounds for the Mocs, all the way back out for Schomer's. And now Ross. Florida Southern still with a 1-point lead. Here's Walsh for 3. No, in and out. And the rebound taken down by Taylor. Tampa again can take the lead. It's been quiet scoring-wise for the last couple of minutes. Both teams driving through. Blunt goes up, missed, tip, up and in by Ryan Blunt. 15 for him. And now we got a whistle. Let's see what this is all about. I think there's a warning here to Tampa maybe of knocking the ball away. But it is going to get us to the under 8 media timeout. Link Darner's pretty mad about it. So we will step aside. Tampa leads it by 1, and we're back after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute. Welcome back. Mocs trail by 1. And Carl, again, it's been just so much of a seesaw battle from start to finish here. It's just hard to feel like, you know, games have runs. It's very prominent in college basketball. Not today, it doesn't seem like. Not in this.
And that's something we talked with Coach Cardock before the game. We were like, how do you prevent it from being a game of runs? And it has not been a game of runs, but it's still been a little bit like what we saw before. Instead of it being 4 or 5 possessions of one team really getting it going, it's a couple of possessions of just question marks for each side.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Ramadan may be coming back here. He'll play with 4 fouls. So Ramadan, Tremble, Schomer's, Amari Miller, and Brady Corso are the players on the floor for Florida Southern. And Florida Southern will have the ball, and they may need to get a couple guards back to help out here. Here we go. Corso needs to get it in. He finds Ramadan. Ramadan's going to bring it up. Mocs down a point. Here's Shomers. Here's Miller. Amari wants to drive. Lost the ball. It's on the floor. Tampa got it back. All the way down for McCormick. He almost lost it. Inside, bucket up and in by Blunt. 17 now for Blunt. 13 here in the half. Here is Corso. Wants the three, can't take it. Florida Southern down 3. Now he takes it. Steps back, didn't get a roll, and Tampa gets a rebound. McCormick with it. Mox cannot let this thing get away. McCormick probably traveled. Here is Taylor. Kicked it back outside for McCormick. Cross court, wide open. Jasletsky for 3, nails it. Wow, that hurts. 9 for him. Florida Southern down 6. And Mike Donnelly is going to want a timeout. Tampa has taken a little bit of a lead. We said that there's not much with runs in this game. Tampa just put one together. They're up 6. Don't go away, though. Plenty more to come. This is Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Mocs are down 6, but Carl still quite a ways to go in this thing.
Right now, they need to settle back in and need to get back to it on the defensive end. 10-0 run for Tampa in the last 2.5 minutes. And right now, the Mocs are the driver of their destiny. They have complete control of it in this game. If they can pick up a win, they get a little bit closer to holding on to that 3 seed. PBA won in their game against Rollins earlier today, 87-79. So still an uphill climb to get that top 2 seed. But right now, they just need to worry about getting a bucket because they haven't found one in over 3 minutes.
Yeah, you better believe it. Right now, they have just, again, no sooner had we talked about no runs than Tampa put one together, a 10-0 sprint.
That's something the Mocs can find a way to fix because they just got back to their old ways. They've turned it over a little bit. They haven't forced turnovers, and they've struggled on switches. Those are 3 things you can't do if you're in a close game.
So inbounds it comes here for Ramadan. And he finds Tremble. Tremble guarded by Camden McCormick. Still with it. Steps back. Pops, take the 3. No, back iron. Rebound, Tampa. Boy, Tampa's getting some huge rebounds now. Taylor grabbed it all the way to the corner. McCormick trying to go up. Turn shot, no. Rebound, won by Shomers. Mocs get it back, down 6. Elijah Walsh getting ready to come back in for the Mocs. Again, no Charlie Dalton tonight. He is day-to-day. And let's hope he can come back soon. Ramadan in trouble, almost threw it away. He did throw it away. McCormick all the way down will score the easy layup.
That's turnover number 18 of the game, the most the Mocs have had in a single game all season long.
And Tampa has extended the lead to 8. Ramadan all the way down, stolen away. McCormick outlet the lane. It's a 12-0 run. No good. Rebound tipped out. Lane got it back. Driving through. Threw it out to Taylor. Back out. Lane. 3 outside. No. Rebound, Amari Miller. Mocs need to just settle down a little bit.
So many extra possessions for Tampa with these turnovers and offensive rebounds that they're finding.
Ramadan dumped it into Amari. He's going to get a jam. Let's see if that gets him going. Amari's got 16. Mocs are down 6. McCormick's going to bring it up, and Corso's going to be with him. Khalil Ross, next dead ball for Florida Southern. McCormick. Corso out on him. Deep 3, Blunt. Got it. Whoa. Ryan Blunt with 20. And Tampa up 9. Under 5 to go. Tremble driving through. Goes up and scores. What a move by Tremble. Tremble's got 4, and I think the Mocs are going to take a timeout. They are down by 7. They still have 2 timeouts and 1 more media timeout to go. It will be a 30, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. Carl, a dunk by Amari, the layup by Tremble. Let's see if that gets them going.
Yeah, the biggest thing for them, you can get points, but you need to get stops.
Yep.
You can't let up an open three to one of the best shooters in the conference and in the country, a guy who's all but guaranteed to be an all-SEC first-teamer.
So the Mocs find themselves down 7, and, just like we said with the women's game, it becomes a possession-by-possession battle. The only difference is that these possessions come a lot quicker.
They do come a lot quicker, and that lets you be able to find more chances. The thing with the Mocs is they haven't been taking advantage of those as much as they should. Over the last 5 minutes, they've had 4 turnovers, and I mentioned it earlier, but 19 turnovers, by far the most they've had all season to this point.
So Bands is back in here now for Ramadan. Again, the Mocs have been a little shy at the guard position tonight because of fouls. And Amari has 3, so he's got to be careful here. Still got quite a bit of time. Trey Lane will bring it up, guarded by Tremble. Mocs want to double him. Walsh knocked it away, but now McCormick got it back. Taylor kicks it back outside for Lane, and here's Taylor again. This is Jindletsky. Kicks it back into the corner. This is who you don't want to have it. Blunt driving on Amari. Stops, leans, up, missed, tip, up and in. 22 for Ryan Blunt. Mocs down 9. This is Tremble. And Miller. And 3 by Khalil Ross. In and out, rebound Blunt. Boy, that's not going to get it done. McCormick going to bring it up. Tampa by 9. McCormick dumped it down. Tried to get it jammed, couldn't get it. They got it back. Taylor runner. No, Wow, stayed out. I don't know how. Walsh gets the rebound. And Florida Southern back the other way with Bands. Bands jumper at the foul line. No. Tampa the only ones underneath. Mocs are getting killed on the boards right now.
And they're just wasting possessions.
Yeah, they are. You're right. Here's Blunt for 3. Missed one. And Bands will run it down for the rebound.
Back-to-back misses. They need a bucket in the worst way.
Here's Walsh. Here's Ross. Back out for Tremble. Tremble's going through. Runner, good. Nice little move by Tremble. He's got a half dozen. Mocs down 7 as we approach 3 minutes to go. Trey Lane. Tremble with him. Fans starting the defensive chant. Taylor for 3. No. Saved out of, they said it was good. No, they said he's out. Boy, for a second there, I thought they were going to give it to him. But Jindletsky could not hold it in. So we're going to get a timeout as we see Ben Sutherland coming back in here now for Tampa. Final media timeout of the game. Mocs down 7. This is Florida Southern College men's basketball presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Well, Carl, the Mocs have some work to do. No question about that. Down by 7. The good news is they still got pretty much plenty of time to get this thing done.
And the way they can do that is continuing to work to their strengths. Defend well, but make sure that you rebound the ball. They're a good defensive rebounding team. That comes when they're not trying to leak out immediately. You're not going to win this game on a single fast break opportunity, but you will win it by limiting possessions, and that will be the name of the game for Florida Southern on the defensive end. While offensively, they need to just make any shot they take.
Well, fans, would like to thank our corporate sponsor, Rada Construction, for their support. Building projects come in all shapes and sizes, and regardless of the size, sector, location, or complexity of a project, Rada Construction has the experience to deliver world-class results every time. Well, Ryan Blunt has really shown why he's one of the conference's best players here in the second half. Boy, has he been tough. 22 points.
22 points and 2 for 5 from 3, but it feels like he's made 5 because the weight of each three-pointer he's made has been huge to really give Tampa a nice swing of momentum.
7 rebounds, 3 assists. Well, here we go. This is a big, important segment of this game. Mocs down 7 with the ball. Florida Southern with 1 timeout, Tampa with 2. Foul 6 for the Mocs, 5 for Tampa. So the Mocs, as Trimble takes the 3 and got it. A huge one. They say a 2. They say a 2 by Trimble. He's got 8. Tampa with the ball. This is Lane. Mocs down 5. Boy, they thought it was a 3. It was waved off to a 2. Into the corner. Back out it comes. Sutherland had a look. Lane in traffic going up and will score. He got Amari up, and boy, when that happens, not good things happen. 12 points now for Lane. Mocs down 7 as we approach 2 to go here in the game.
And this one's starting to feel a little out of reach. The Mocs need to get a bunch of stops if they get a chance.
Tremble going all the way down, lost the ball, but he got it back. Shomers for 3, that's no good. Tampa with a rebound. And now they can run some clock if they want to. Here is Lane. And he finds an open face in Camden McCormick. And now McCormick sets back up. Florida Southern needs some points. Again, Florida Southern averages 90, and they're at 70 tonight. So they can certainly look at that. Pass on the cutter to Trent Scott, but he decided not to take it. He goes in, dumps it out. McCormick, the jump shot is good. Well, right now, Tampa is in command. It's a 10-point Tampa lead, and we're approaching a minute to go. This one, Carl, does not look like it's going to end well. 3 for Tremble. Let's see. Let's see. Tremble with 11. Mike Donnelly, I believe, is going to take his final timeout. So now, Carl, and we'll go ahead and keep it here. It's a 30. I would think you got to start fouling people and hope they miss.
You have to start fouling, and you have to remember that this Tampa team, 68% on the season, so you have to really try to roll the dice against them.
Yep.
We've seen the Mocs try to send some traps. That still makes me nervous because Tampa really hasn't been bothered by those, so need to be calculated with them. Wouldn't be surprised if Elijah Walsh comes back on the floor here for Florida Southern and really tries to make an impact.
The Mocs need baskets, they need stops, and they need to force Tampa to not run clock. I mean, Tampa's not used to running clock, but this is a situation that just screams for it if you're Tampa.
And look at this lineup. The Mocs are looking for speed. But I'm just worried about how much they're really going to be able to trap and force turnovers with these 3 guards and 2 forwards.
So here we go. McCormick to inbound, and Ross to try to stop it right there. He'll get it in for Taylor. He'll find McCormick, find it, and threw it away. Turnover Mocs. All right, that's a start. That's a start. Tampa will make a sub. Coming back in is Trent Scott. Sitting down is Taylor. We see Shomers coming back. Shomers in for Walsh. That's a start. Let's see if they can convert here. Don't necessarily need a 3. They just need a basket. Tremble stops, wanted to take it, can't. Back out, here's Ramadan trying to go through. Tremble outside for 3, got it! Mocs down 4, here they come. Here they come.
Jasir was the hero last time. Let's see if he can do it again.
Lane got it in for Blunt. And we got a foul, I believe, on the Mocs. Let's see. That should be 7 and should be 1 in the bonus.
Now a chance to break up a 6-0 run in the last 20 seconds for Florida Southern. Mocs need to pray for a miss from a guy who doesn't do that much.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Blunt with 22 and 4 for 4 at the line. 1 in the bonus. 5-point lead for Tampa. Still not over. Got time. Got to come down and score. Got them both. Boy, that's not the guy you want at the line. Here we go. Mocs down 6. Tremble going all the way down. Goes up, threw a shot, missed it. No foul called. Here is Lane. McCormick and Lane. And we got a whistle.
I think Amir will foul out there.
Yes, he will.
And I understand the urgency there from Jasir, but you need to find a way to place it better on the backboard.
So McCormick to the line. 1 in the bonus for him. Half a minute to go. 31.6. Walsh back in for the fouled out Ramadan. McCormick. Got it. One more. Got them both. Well, they've hit 4 key free throws here in the last about 25 seconds. Those are huge. We see Higdon back in. Sutherland is out. Here's Jasir Tremble. Mox down 8. They need a basket. Tremble dumped it down. Here's Ross. Ross will go up and score. 16 for Ross. Mox down 6, and they're gonna if they can't intercept, they got to foul in a hurry. They got it to Blunt. Almost taken away. Do they call a jump or they get a foul? I think it's a foul. Well, if you're Tampa, that's who you want to get it in, whose hands you want to get it into. Tremble gets a foul. Only his second foul.
The Mocs will need a Tracy McGrady-esque end to this one.
Yes, they will. Well, I mean, this Tampa team, we can see why they've won 4 in a row.
Yeah, and this game has been really determined by foul calls and free throws. Tampa right now with a 14 free throw advantage.
That's a bunch. Blunt to the line. He missed one. Mock's got to hurry. Down 6. Corso just got fouled. They threw it out. It's going to stay with Florida Southern.
Got to see who's inbounding.
It's going to be Tremble, it looks like. Boy, they got to hurry here. They need to score in a minute, or in a minute and a second. Back for Shomers. Got to hurry. Foul. That helps. That is only 6, though, so Tampa had 1 to play with. All right, so looks like Tampa will get a sub. Higdon is coming out, and Sutherland coming back in. Mock's got to hurry.
Watch Corso.
Corso trying to get out. He does. He just got to get a shot off here. He takes the long 3. That's an air ball. Ross is up and scores. Ross with 18. Got to get it right here. Tampa's going to call a timeout. Link Darner had 2 timeouts left, so he's got 1 now. And it's going to be a full timeout.
Yeah, this way he can advance it.
So Florida Southern is down 4, and there is 6.2 left in the game. I guess we'll go ahead and keep it here, Carla. Boy, a disappointing finish here for Florida Southern. And, it's hard for me to say what exactly it was, but I think you can look and see that the Mocs have 35 rebounds to Tampa's 44. I think that's one of the factors. You mentioned the free throw disparity, 26 for Tampa to 11 for Florida Southern. That's a huge disparity. Florida Southern has taken their normal allotment of three-point shots, 29. They usually take 31. And, when you take that many threes, you're not going to get a lot of free throws.
My main issue, though, for Florida Southern is those 19 turnovers. That's their most since they played Nova Southeastern and lost by 6 at home last year. And that was the last time they had 19 or more turnovers. They haven't had it all year because they've been really good about that. They had it 3 times last year. And, Jim, if Tampa does end up winning this one, this will be the first time since any of these guys were in college outside of Erickson Bands, who's been in college for a little bit now. So the last time it happened was March 3rd of 2021. Some of the guys on these teams weren't even in high school then.
Yeah, again, we've seen a lot of 9-game streaks, and so far they worked out well for the women, but this one did not work out well for the men, it looks like. Still maybe one last opportunity here. Let's see if they can force a quick turnover. That's what it's going to take. McCormick got it in the lane, and they will mug him, and he'll go to the line. 12 points for Trey Lane.
It's a 7-point difference in points off turnovers right now, and that will likely be what separates these two teams in this game. The Mocs have really prided themselves on limiting those turnovers while forcing opponents to really struggle with them. And that's something I brought up pregame about how if the Mocs can get Tampa in turnover trouble, they can find a way to win, but instead it's been the opposite.
Lane missed the first one. Now, again, it's 5 seconds. If he hits this one, it's definitely over. And does. So the Mocs have one last gasp here, down by 5. Here's Corso. Corso needs to get a shot off. He takes the 3. That's an air ball, and that is going to run it out. And Florida Southern is going to come up short against the University of Tampa. Link Darner will beat his old team for the first time. Tampa with a 47-point second half, and Florida Southern 40 in the first half, 40 in the second. But Carl, the second half, 40 wasn't enough in that second half.
40 wasn't enough, and neither was the shooting percentage for Florida Southern. In that second half, the Mocs were shooting 51.5%, which is pretty decent, but 6 for 17 from 3. A lot of those were forced looks when they had a chance to either stay up or stay even, and a big reason why they also fell behind 11 turnovers in the second half. You just can't do that.
No, again, and that is very uncharacteristic for this Florida Southern College team. For the season, they are averaging 11.9 turnovers per game. That is a whole lot more. Tampa has now won 5 in a row, and Tampa may have a shot to move up and maybe get a home game in the first round in 4th place. Barry did win today, I think, against Florida Tech. Let's check that out, because Barry was there. So let's see if Barry is there.
They did. They won by 10.
All right, so Barry defeated Florida Tech. So Barry's still in 4th. Tampa, now with 8 wins, I believe, will now move up to maybe 5th place. Boy, they'd have to make a trip to Barry in the first round of the conference tournament if it stays like that. And now with Florida Southern losing, Palm Beach Atlantic gains the upper hand on second place here. And Florida Southern's looking, it looks like, a 3rd place finish.
Pretty much PBA is all but secured that number 2 seed. And Nova Southeastern, they clinched that number 1 seed last week. So it looks like things are starting to fall into order. And for the Mocs, it's not fun to lose to Tampa. It's never fun to lose to Tampa. As first time in about 5 years for Florida Southern to do so on the men's side. But for Florida Southern, I think one of the bright spots from this game that you can take away is it happened now. It didn't happen in the postseason.
Yep, that's right.
If there's a wake-up call, I think this is one.
Yeah, I would sure think so. We see that Embry-Riddle defeated Lynn today. Now, it's funny, PBA still has to play Embry-Riddle and Tampa, so you never know.
That's true. Tampa's now 5 straight.
Yep, you never know. Well, we see Mocs head coach Mike Donnelly about ready to join us up here. So we'll give him a chance to get set up. Get the headset on. And okay. All right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
We got you good. All right. Your thoughts?
Yeah, we just didn't play well. You
Okay.
know, we just didn't play well. I thought we played hard I thought we played hard. That's not the question. I just didn't think we weren't sharp.
Okay.
I guess that's why I said I don't think we played particularly well. We missed some assignments, talked about some things in timeouts that we didn't go out and execute. And those are the things that, it's a small margin of error.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who we play. The guys have done a pretty good job for the most part, getting better in those areas, and we just didn't do that tonight. Disappointing loss, but, hopefully that gets us ready to reset and gets us ready for next week when we go on the road and play Barry.
A big part of this one was the turnover issues in the second half, 11 turnovers. How do you look to clean that up?
Yeah, we've been – and then, I think we had 14 the other night against Florida Tech, and Florida Tech's not a pressure type of team. And that's been a little concerning because, if we're going to be a good offense team, we are a good offense team. There's got to be better decision-making, better rhythm and flow. And I think, honestly, what I felt, and we'll talk about it, is, we started off so cold from 3, and we were taking quick threes, which I didn't necessarily care for, but I think we were at 1.1 of 10 from 3.
Yeah, correct.
And then I thought it kind of, and we've talked at length about missed shots should not dictate our focus and execution. And then we had some poor execution because of that, some forced plays because of that. I thought that kind of snowballed on us, and we could never just kind of get settled. And they're playing a little bit differently defensively. Credit to them. They're playing they're much improved defensively from when we saw them 5 weeks ago. We had some things in place, but we just didn't do a great job of trying to capitalize on some of the things that we thought we could, which was unfortunate, and we had some costly turnovers.
Yeah, and of course, rebounding was a little bit of a problem, too, at times, because they really did a good job of really preventing a lot of your chances because of good rebounding.
Yeah, and we challenged the guys. I mean, we're minus Charlie. Charlie's one of our better rebounders, obviously, another ball handler, another decision maker out there. So we challenged the guys, and we've had a lot of, as you guys know, we've had a lot of injuries. We had a couple season-ending injuries, and we just have had a lot of guys miss random games.
And you had 2 guards get 4 fouls today, which didn't help either.
Right. And we've been able to overcome a lot of those injuries and guys missing games and just been able to find a way. And, I thought we could do that tonight. And at times I thought we were about ready to get into a rhythm, and then we just couldn't get into a real flow.
Yeah.
So I thought our focus was a little off, and that's something we'll address too. And not in a bad way. It's just, if you turn the ball over, if you miss a shot, or if you get scored on, it's not the end of the world. You got to reset, regroup, and those types of things. And we're going to need that with all these big games down the stretch. We're going to have to get better in those areas.
Coach, I think the brightest spot for you guys in this game was the bench production. We saw guys like Khalil Ross step up. Erickson Bands had another pretty good one despite the foul trouble, among others. What does it mean to you, despite not getting the win, that you were able to see that production?
Yeah, and then Spencer Shomers hit 3 threes.
Yeah, big time.
In the second half. So that was a plus. It's always great when you see Spencer playing with confidence. That's just something you got to go play, Spence. Because he's a good player. He's helped us a lot this year. The bench has been a huge part of our success this year. We're with guys been out, we're trying to mix and match and changing up rotations and things of that. And luckily, the bench has really produced for us to get us to 20 wins, and we're going to need them next week.
Yeah, you're going to have to go to Barry on Wednesday night. Barry won today against Florida Tech, so they're playing for 4th place, a home game in the conference tournament. So it'll be a battle.
Yeah, it certainly is a battle. And I think Barry will be desperate just like Tampa was tonight.
Okay.
Tampa now has won 5 games in a row. And, I explained to the guys when Florida Tech came in, and we said the same thing with Tampa, throw records out the window, right? Because it's all about who's playing the best basketball right now. So, we were saying Tampa's 4-0. That's how you have to look at it.
Okay.
And Barry had a big win, I believe, at Rollins. Mm-hmm. That's who they just beat, and then they beat Florida Tech. So they're 2-0. And they're fighting for a home playoff game, obviously. And, it'd be a big challenge. We got to go down there on a weeknight. And,
And they get back here, and you've got Nova coming up 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, it's a challenging week, but a fun week. We got to embrace it. And, I didn't think we played great this week, and I thought we played really well last week. Hopefully we can kind of reset, like I said, and, just play better. I just want to see us play better. That's important.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming up here after this one, and I think it's good to have something like this, maybe not always in the loss column, but being able to experience this right before the playoffs and know where you can bounce back from. So looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys. All right.
Thank you, Coach. Mocs head coach Mike Donnelly following the tough loss here, 85-80 tonight to the University of Tampa Spartans. So the season is now down to 2 games, 2 regular season games before the conference tournament. And what the Mocs have to do, it is not an easy road. They've got to go to Barry on Wednesday night. The women will play at 5:30, the men at 7:30. And then they got to come right back here for senior night on Saturday against Nova Southeastern, the number 1 team in the country on the men's side. It is a tough week coming up, no question about it.
And, Jim, I'm going to offer a little bit of my personal perspective on this game as we'll have the stats coming up in a second. As a student athlete here at Florida Southern, Tampa is the rival. So I hope that this game, these guys competed really well. But I know whenever the cross-country team, when we used to get beat by Tampa back in the day, it doesn't really happen anymore. when that would happen, we would have a really sour taste in our mouth, and we would race the best the week after that. And I hope we see that response here, and we saw some of that response from guys like Spencer Shomers. Like Coach talked about, he came up for the moment. Unfortunately, Tampa was more ready for that moment and forced a lot of earned errors, unforced turnovers by Florida Southern. So the Mocs have a chance to really respond here, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, it should be really good. Now, there's our final stats. You can see, Carl, a big one for me, the points off turnovers, without a doubt. The rebounds, they were 10 down against this good Tampa team. And, yeah, it's a game that they're going to have to bounce back from, and it's not going to get easier. I mean, we're at the stage of the season now where every game is really critical. I think they're going to finish third in the conference. I don't think this is going to hurt them in the region yet, but there's still some games to go. And so we will get the actual regional rankings next Wednesday before their game down at Berry. We can't talk about it because we're not doing the game, but we'll have it here Saturday against Nova. So, Carl, it's going to be a fun game here Saturday night against Nova, the women at 4 and the men at 6. It is senior day for both teams, and those are always special occasions.
Yeah, I unfortunately had to miss senior day last year, but I will be here for it this year, and I'm very excited to have some of these guys get their much-earned send-offs.
All right, well, thank you very much. Thanks to Santiago. Thanks to all of our crew here today, and most of all, thanks to you for watching and listening. A huge win today for the women. They're coming very close to maybe getting a home game in the first round of the conference tournament. The men took it on the chin. They've got to bounce back Wednesday at Berry. We'll be on the air around 10 minutes of 4 next Saturday for Senior Day as the Mocs take on another real arch rival, as it's turned out in the last half dozen years or so. That's the Sharks from Nova Southeastern. I'm Jim Henderson. Thanks again for watching Mocs women and men's basketball right here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network, presented by the Florida Orthopedic Institute.